Yo, what's up, guys? We're starting at 4, so in 8 minutes, but I was ready. Man, March Madness. My picks didn't even do bad this afternoon, but my two, the two I really liked, BYU and Maryland, they ruined the whole afternoon. I had UConn right. I had North Carolina right. I'm above 500 my picks, but those two I really liked. Two rough losses. March Madness, man. Yeah, you guys are liking the Suns too. I'm considering it. I'm definitely strongly considering the Suns. To be honest, I haven't even put out a second ticket yet. I'm kind of going to talk it out on the show and see if there's anything else. I have so many college basketball bets open right now that I almost don't want to open up too many more tickets. Definitely leaning Suns. I also kind of like Portland plus the points, which is crazy, I know. I must have missed Steve Young streaking, bro. Oh, man. Can't believe I missed that one. Go through some spreadsheets here. What were you asked about the Suns game? All right, Suns. So Boston's strong, protecting the basket. Gotta like that. The reason I like that is Phoenix doesn't attack the basket. The weakest part of Boston's defense right here against the mid-range shot, 29th in the last 5, 30th in the last 10. All green for Phoenix there. I like that. Look at Boston's defense against the three-point shot falling off a little bit in the last 5 games. Tough to make a case for Phoenix defense. I mean, they do show up and play some defense sometimes, but like Boston's going to shoot right here. Above the break 3, last 10 games for Celtics right here. They're launching a lot of them. And it's just whether or not Phoenix can contain those, because Boston at home can really shoot the hell out of that shot. I got to reorganize my my screen here because I can't see the comments at the same time. What if I do like this? There we go. Has anyone given you your flowers on the Cleveland win? No, I didn't. Not for that one. I got a lot of credit for the Kings pick though over the Lakers, and I didn't even bet that. It was just a lean. So no, I didn't get any flowers for the Cleveland one. That was a dope win, man. Oh, Mr. Modai is with us. We're doing well. How are you doing, man? Let's get you on the stream. I'm actually live right now. Yeah, I've been doing the countdowns.
A lot of people, so I'm glad that I didn't.
How your bets been doing? Actually, you were just on Monday. I just saw you.
Yeah, Monday I didn't have a good day. The past 2 days have been incredible. So it's really like now that I'm on a hot streak, I'm gonna go on your show, and now I'm gonna go on like a cold streak.
Yep.
That's how it works.
Damn it, Arkansas blew that lead. Oh, but they hit a 3. You bet any March Madness, Matt?
I will once the actual tournament starts. I haven't really dabbled in conference tournaments.
Dude, the conference tournaments, in my opinion, are better because they're all rivals.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
And I mean, in theory, it should be easier to bet because the teams have played and you're familiar with they have common opponents. Like you see how this team did against this team, but I'm getting crushed so far. Actually, today's not bad, but as a whole, this week hasn't been good college basketball. Financially, I should probably stick to the NBA, but it's just so fun to bet college basketball.
Yeah, I mean, I'm the tournament once that starts next week. I mean, I'm not going to do anything for 4 straight days. There's nothing like it.
That first weekend is awesome. I'm trying.
It's the best.
I think I'm going to do some kind of giveaway contest, like a bracket contest.
Yeah.
Well, like I'll give away $500 to the winner or something, just to make it just to make it fun in the group. So you're in there, so you can get in on that if you want.
I was thinking of doing the same thing. Maybe I will.
Sauce, do you think Boston rests starters? Well, there's no Porzingis, and I think Jaylen Brown, he's questionable, but from what I'm hearing, it sounds like he's not going to play. But that hasn't been confirmed. But I was listening to a couple other shows before. I was watching Ski's show. Both him and Rob Bino don't think he's going to play. So we'll see.
Yeah, I saw the odds on Tatum like dramatically changed. They were, at least his 3-point prop. I didn't look at his points, so I couldn't tell if like that was reflective of Brown playing or not playing, like what they were expecting. But yeah, his point total went from 30.5 to down to 29.5, which makes me think that they think that Brown is playing. So I don't know.
Okay, they think Brown is playing. What do you think, Prop Beaver? Brown playing or no?
I have no clue.
You haven't texted him or anything?
No, he didn't answer, honestly.
Yeah, he's just questionable. I don't know if they've done shoot around yet. That's always when I try to get an idea.
Someone just said, please get Modai on. He's
right here.
He's right there.
Yeah.
And he was on Monday, too. It's not like I've been depriving you of Modai. All right, 1 minute, and we'll get started. Seton Hall's going to freaking lose this game, man. But you know what? Toast was saying that the people, he was listening to some bracketology, and he said Seton Hall's in even if they lose this game.
Who are they playing?
Seton Hall's playing St. John's at Madison Square Garden, which out here is huge. It's
cool.
The New Jersey versus the New York team at MSG. It's a huge game.
Yeah, that's cool.
Maryland, I know, bro. Maryland and BYU. I was just talking about that. As a whole, my picks today have been pretty solid, but 2 of my favorites so far were Maryland and BYU. So those 2 big losses are really hindering. All right, it's 4 o'clock. All right, what's up, everybody? As you can see, Ronald is sick, so Matt Modai filled in for us. Only 6 games, and it's a really rough one. As of right now, I only have 1 NBA bet down.
I have 1 bet I placed as well.
There's a couple more I'm considering. I was kind of like going to talk it out with you guys to see. I have a lot of college basketball bets open, so I'm not like I'm not trying to force anything that I don't love. So let's start with Suns plus 5.5, Celtics minus 5.5. A lot of people in the comments are taking the Suns. Before we started, people were like all in on Phoenix. Guys, take it from
the other side.
Take it from somebody who has lost more money on the Suns than any other of the 29 teams. Sometimes when that Phoenix Suns angle feels good, it doesn't turn out well. That being said, let's talk about it. Matt, you want to lead us off?
Yeah, so we were talking about it like right before we quote unquote went live, but the line movement on Tatum's been crazy. Like I locked in him over 3.5 made 3-pointers at minus 110. And I felt good about that price. Right now, it's best offered at plus 135. So that's a huge CLVL for me. But I like to play from just like my own, just like a handicapping standpoint, not necessarily, obviously the odds just are horrible, but it's just a matchup play against the Suns. Like they play drop coverage on pick and roll with Nurkic, and because of that, they give up a ton of pull up 3-pointers and a ton of above the break 3-pointers as well. And that's exactly what Tatum does for the Celtics. Like he doesn't get to the rim, he'll pull up in the mid range or he'll pull up from deep. And last time these two teams played, he shot 10 3-pointers and he made 5 of them. He's made 4 or more in 6 of his last 10 games. And just looking at his stats, like looking at it from the All-Star break, on the entire NBA, not even looking at Celtics specific, he's taking the 5th most he's making the 5th most pull-up 3-pointers, and he's attempting the 6th most. And then in terms of above the break, he's made the 5th most above the break 3-pointers since the All-Star break in the entire NBA. That's a pretty, like a huge sample size of players. And the Suns are allowing the 3rd highest pull-up 3-point rate in the NBA, basically saying like the percent of shots that come up from pull-up 3-pointers, they're allowing that at the 3rd highest rate in the NBA. It's just like the matchup just screams Jason Tatum jacking up a bunch of 3-pointers. I don't know why the odds changed the way they did. I don't know if it's because of Jaylen Brown stuff. So it's a huge CLVL for me. I'll have to take that. But the play itself, I really like. And obviously I would smash it for the plus money odds.
Jason Tatum over 3.5 3-pointers made. Prop Beaver, you said you were leaning towards Boston as far as picking a side.
Yeah, I mean, not really much going into it, but yeah, I'm going to laying the points here with the Celtics. Normally, I'm on the side of the team who lost the first matchup in the second matchup, but the fact that Booker's back for this one, Porzingis is out still, and the line's at 5.5, I feel like that says a lot to me, and despite the fact that the Suns should have a lot of success from long range here, they're counting by 2s, and that's not going to work against a Boston team that excels from beyond the arc. They're counted by 3s. Boston's 14-5-2 against the spread versus bottom 10 defenses above the break. The Suns are just that. On top of that, the Suns, when they're rested, have sucked this season. They're the 2nd worst team in the NBA against the spread on 2 to 3 days rest, sitting 5-8-1 against the spread. So I'm just going to ride my trends there. I'm going to ride with my sharp senses, and I'm going to take the Celtics.
Your sharp senses almost came back and backdoored my Magic ticket last night.
Dude, if the coach didn't literally take out the net starters with 2 minutes remaining in the game, I think they covered.
Yeah, but you know what? Magic pulled everybody, too. The effort stopped on both sides. It wasn't just a...
Sure.
Yeah, sure.
We had you. We had you where we wanted you.
So
I was on the Magic, too, so I'll take that.
Yeah, it was my top bet. So we got... I'm putting Phoenix plus 5.5 on the board. Am I actually going to place this bet? That is still to be determined. So, no question. Somebody said it in the comments before. It's definitely not a great spot for Boston. Coming back from a long-ass West Coast road trip. They've got the Eastern Conference sealed right now. They're 9 games up on Cleveland. Someone just said this in the comments, and it was spot on for what I was going to say. So, how much do they care about this game against a Western Conference opponent? Not saying they won't care. I'm just saying the Suns should be the more motivated team here, especially considering Boston just went on the road to Phoenix and beat them on their home court. Devin Booker's back. Like Prop Beaver said, then why is the line still 5.5? All right, so matchup-wise, Boston's weakest shot zone is the mid-range shot. I mean, there's angles there for the Suns here. It's just the reason I'm so hesitant and not trusting my instincts here is because it seems like in the NBA this year, I have about 24 teams figured out. And then really figured out, I have about 10 teams. And then there's like a dozen teams I've done pretty well with. And then there's just 2 teams that I just keep losing when I bet on them or against them. And it's the Phoenix Suns and Dallas Mavericks. I just can't get those teams right. So I don't know if I want to pull the trigger here, even though I think Suns are the move. I would also maybe consider a Boston team total under. That's the way I'm leaning. I think it's going to be a slow-paced game, so I would also lean towards the full game under. But on Ski Show, they were talking about the Phoenix team total over. That's what they liked over there. So, yeah, I'm on the Suns. Not going to bet. Maybe at the end of the show, if I haven't found anything else, I'll put a Suns bet down. How about that? I'm not going to bet it right now. We'll decide by the end. If we find something else I like in the meantime. But yeah, I'm on Phoenix, and the poll is on Boston. 60%, 36% in favor of the Celtics. Next up, Sixers-Bucks. Matt, are you proud of your guys, man? Going out there. It was a really good showing in Madison Square Garden the other night.
They won the game before. They did what they needed to do. They split against the Knicks in a 2-game series.
Is that what they needed to do? I think they need a hell of a lot more than that. That being said, I'm on them. I'm on Philly, and I have this ticket already bet. I'm already in on Philadelphia. I got it at 8.5, actually. As of right now, this is the only bet that I have placed, and I like it. It's a simple fade of the Bucks because I don't think people truly realize just how bad the Bucks were on that road trip in the last 4 games. Now, they went out to the West Coast. Maybe they get back home and everything's back to normal. But you could put your money betting on that happening because I'm not putting my money on it because they were, net efficiency-wise, they were the worst team in the NBA. They're 30th in the last 5 games. Now, they've played a strong schedule. We know Milwaukee's not the worst team in the NBA. The point being, this team looks terrible. They can't stop anybody. And Philly's got Maxey back. We know that they're able to scrape together offense here and there against a Bucks defense that is really struggling. I can see Philly's offense showing up for this one. And then Philly's defense, what have they really been struggling with? Protecting the rim. Everyone's scoring at the basket on Philly. Milwaukee never attacks the rim. They're 27th in shot frequency at the rim in the last 10. And over the last 2 months, they've been one of the most infrequent teams to attack the basket. Basically, Giannis is the only player on the team that consistently does it. Lillard does it sometimes too, but they don't have many slashers on that team. So the fact that Philly is so weak protecting the basket, not really a concern of mine here. I think Philly's live in this game. I didn't take the money line, but I think it's going to be back and forth. Close game, come down to the wire. I'll take the points.
Yeah, I'll just follow you up because I'm on the same exact pick as you. You pretty much discussed a lot of my points. Yeah, as Kyle was saying, those last 4 games, they'd be 28th in offensive rating, 30th in defensive rating, and 30th in net rating on the season in terms of a season-long basis. That's how bad they've been those last 4 games. And then compound that with the fact that teams returning from lengthy road trips can find themselves in a bit of a flat spot, settling back in at home. And that's enough to take the 76ers. But I also feel like the line moving down is telling a story here. The 76ers just got their ass kicked by the Knicks. They've scored 80 or less points in back-to-back games. They just got murdered at home by Milwaukee out of the break. But yet the line is moving down. I see money in action on the Bucks. I feel like the Bucks are taking a bit of a stance here on Philly. The Bucks' main weakness has been the above-the-break 3, and with guys like Oubre, Maxey, Lowry, Hield, who love to chuck the 3, if they're falling, they could win this game straight up, nevertheless cover the number. So I'm going to take a chance here with the points. 2
of us on Philly. Matt, will you do it?
No, I'll never put my own money on the Sixers. But I was gonna say a Sixers Suns money line parlay kind of feels like a move.
A home run swing is what it sounds like to me.
Yeah, exactly. That's like what I built my brand off of. So I have Maxey 4+ made 3-pointers. This is another situation where the odds moved even. You can get even better odds now. So another CLVL. It's plus 180 on FanDuel now. I don't understand why. I think it's a great spot for Tyrese Maxey. I mean, look at what point guards specifically, have done against the Bucks from 3-point range recently. D'Lo made 9. De'Aaron Fox made 4. Literally everybody on the Kings went over their 3-point prop in that game. They're just not defending the 3-point line. They're having Brook Lopez aggressively drop back, and you just run a pick and roll, and whoever guard is running the pick and roll just waltzes into a 3-point shot. They're literally allowing the highest frequency of shots being pull-up 3-pointers. So the Suns, as I just mentioned, were the 3rd highest. The Bucks are literally at the highest, and that's since the All-Star break. And they're allowing the 2nd most made pull-up 3-pointers. And Maxey, that's just what he does. Like, he attempts the most on the Sixers by far. Pull-up, above the break, all that stuff. Like, he's right behind Steph in terms of made pull-up 3-pointers, and he's right in front of Jason Tatum. It's good company to be in for pull-up jump shots. Both games against the Bucks this year, he's gone 3 of 8. So I'm just hoping like maybe 2 more attempts get us to 4 of 10 in this one. That's what I'm hoping for. But this was a play that I gave out on my own channel. Like I really like this Maxey play. So I like it even better at plus 180.
Yeah, I mean, Bucks have been weak against the 3-point shot for a couple months now. So it makes sense. Both volume and efficiency, I think they've been struggling. So yeah, and Maxey, Hield, either of those 2 guys, I could see having a big night scoring. 52%, 38% in favor of Philly. The poll is with me. We're a Philly program tonight. Next up.
That's scary to say.
That is terrifying. Washington on the road in Houston. We got Wizards plus 8.5.
I feel good about it.
Rockets minus 8.5. About the Sixers? Me too. I like the bet.
Yeah.
I got an extra point of value there too. I like it. All right, so Wizards at Rockets. Originally last night, I said Wizards or pass. I'm not switching or anything, but I've officially decided I wouldn't take the Wizards here. Probably would lean closer to, and again, this is just a lean. Probably would lean towards an over here. But is it true if what's his name doesn't play, Rashawn Holmes, is Kyle Kuzma starting at the 5? Am I seeing that right?
Yes, he has been starting at the 5.
I've seen them do that, playing at the 5 a lot.
Yes.
So just picture this. There's the Wizards are missing their 2 bigs. The Rockets are missing Şengün. Both are running extremely small lineups, and the Wizards run the fastest pace in the NBA. How do we not look at an over there, or at least consider it? I mean, I get there's also the point that neither of these offenses are very good. You need to make shots to get to the over, but
there's that.
Sometimes the offense and defensive matchup doesn't matter with these totals. It just matters how fast they're running. And if they're going to be going 1,000 miles an hour with no big men on the court, I think the over is the place to be, and the total isn't super high. I haven't bet this one, but I'm really considering the over here at 227.5. What do you guys think?
Me and him are on the same play, but we took different variations of it. He took Jalen Green over points. I took over points and rebounds. So I'm going to let him talk, and then I'll just talk about the rebounds portion of it.
Okay.
Yeah, I like the rebounds one. I can totally see that. I just went with points. I also did ladder him. I took him to make 20, or I took him to score 25 plus and 30 plus as well. Just lowered the unit size. This one, everybody's going to hate. People are going to think it's disgusting because I feel like the whole community was on Jalen Green last game against the Spurs, and he just had an epic dud, 16 points, 5 of 16 shooting. That's a bad day. If you're telling me you're getting up 16 shots against the Wizards, I'll gladly take your over 22.5 any day of the week. That's actually now up to 23.5 at the same odds. So at least there's one CLV victory for me.
That's what it's supposed to be. I messed up the graphic. It's supposed to be 23.5 and minus 105.
Okay.
Yeah.
There you go. But with Şengün out, Jalen Green takes the highest frequency of shots in the restricted area on the Rockets. Nobody else really gets to the rim. It was Şengün. Now it's Jalen Green. And the Wizards give up the most points in the restricted area in the NBA on the entire year since the All-Star break, and by a mile. There's just no resistance at the rim, especially with all their centers hurt. And Green also has the highest usage rate increase on the team as well. When Şengün is off the floor, he scores 5 more points per 36. When Şengün's off the court, he averages about 25.5 points per 36 as well. And it's only been 2 games, so this is a small sample size, but he's played over 37 minutes in both games that Şengün's missed. So those per 36 stats could be less than what he actually gets in terms of minutes. He did, like I said, he missed this last game, but he cashed in the other game that Şengün missed this year, scored 26 points. So I'll gladly fade the recent results of how pitiful he was last game out, because I think he has a great opportunity to be much better tonight.
All right, and you're on Green over points and rebounds.
Yes. So with pretty much as he was saying, usage play without Şengün and with Fred VanVleet on the court, he's got a 32.4% usage rate. Now you got Whitmore out on the injury list as well. It's a nightmare for the Rockets right now, and that means minutes and usage is going to have to be pumped into Jalen Green. With 30 plus minutes and 29% plus usage this season, he's 10-2 to the over, averaging 32.2 points plus rebounds. And Matt described it already. Not going to go into the scoring part of it again. It's a perfect matchup for him to be scoring. I mean, Fred VanVleet is a guy who loves to live above the break. That's not the matchup for him to do this. This is a matchup for Jalen Green to get busy in transition. And I think that's what Udoka is really going to want from them here. Over the last 10 games, both teams are top 7 in pace. And I think we're going to see the Rockets start to push the pace even further without Şengün. Jalen Green is the heart of this transition game. And in Şengün's 2 games out thus far, Jalen Green has had 7 and 14 rebounds on 14 and 18 chances. So, and I read an article about this. What I think it is I think Udoka wants him crashing the glass, getting the ball, and just sprinting down the floor, putting pressure on that defense. And the Wizards' defense is horrendous in transition. They're 28th in transition efficiency, 25th in transition points per game allowed. And if you look at some recent guards against Washington on the glass, we just saw John Conchar with 10, Jordan Goodwin with 12, Rozier with 7, Cole Anthony with 7, Jordan Clarkson with 10. We're seeing guys get double-doubles Jalen Green's a really good rebounder. He's very athletic. I'm thinking about sprinkling Jalen Green double-double tonight at plus 560. If you got guys like Jordan Goodwin getting double-doubles, then I think there's all the opportunity in the world with a guy like Jalen Green.
Jalen Green double-double plus 560.
Yeah, I think it could hit today.
You just convinced me. I
was just thinking about that. I was like, that sounds like a fun one. I might do that for
sure.
Jalen Green double-double. Nah, actually, hold on.
People may think like go Amen Thompson, but Amen Thompson's at plus 260, and he started last game and shot the ball 2 times compared to Jalen Green 16, and Jalen Green had more rebound chances. So I'm going to take Jalen Green at 250 plus more odds.
I actually did look at rebounds for Amen Thompson, and I found the same thing. Like his rebounding rate doesn't really go up with Şengün off the court. It seems that rebounds go elsewhere.
So yeah, Jalen Green. Both these guys like Jalen Green, and I'm on the over, and I put Wizards up there, but I'm not betting the Wizards. Next up, Clips Bulls. This one, man, I don't know what to do here.
This one's a real headache.
Am I really about to bet the Clippers?
It's really the spot because I feel like if they weren't on a back-to-back where the starters played 43 minutes last night, went into overtime, and Kobe White's out, then it'd be like, oh, we're catching 6 with the Bulls at home.
Look,
like,
I don't think Kawhi's going to play.
Playing their best basketball right now.
I don't think Kawhi's going to play though.
Yeah, so it's like,
how do you what do you even do with that? And Harden's questionable.
Yeah, and I'll get to Harden in a second, but even if he does play, I think he's going to suck. So
I'm going to put Clippers minus 6.5 up, but this is, I mean, what probably we just said. You got the Bulls. They just played an overtime game last night, and not just an overtime game. Their starters never came off the floor. I know this for a fact because, well, one, I looked at it after the game, but after the fourth quarter, I was thinking, hey, the Pacers are on. I had the Bulls, and I was like, hey, the Pacers are on a back-to-back. The fact that this went to the overtime, Bulls should have the advantage here. And then I look at the minutes, and it was like 39, 38, 36, and this was before overtime. So the Bulls starters were run into the ground last night, and to immediately play, and then they got the win, and then to immediately play another game the next night against a Western Conference opponent, a less meaningful game. This is a terrible spot. It's a terrible spot for the Bulls. And also, Kobe White most likely not playing. I think he got upgraded to
doubt. He's out. No,
he's
out.
I'm seeing doubtful. But yeah, whatever. He's not playing. So Kobe White not playing, which is one of the Bulls' only shooters. They don't have a ton of those. So the move has to be the Clippers. That being said, James Harden questionable, Kawhi Leonard questionable, and the Clippers haven't been that great recently. So what do we do with that? What are we supposed to do with that? I don't know. I guess Clippers minus 6. Let me read the comments. You guys have anything?
You're talking to me or the comments?
No, I was just like more thinking out loud. What do you guys have? What do you two have?
You could go first, Modai. You were starting.
Yeah, this one is pretty spicy. I'm not going to lie, but I'm taking DeMar under his points. I got under 26.5 at minus 125. Right now it's 25.5 at I think minus 110. It's a complete fate of recent results. Everybody's going to want to hammer his over because he just scored 46 points last night. And up until recently, DeMar had been awful on the second night of back-to-backs. So recently he's played well. He scored over 30 in his most recent 2 games on the second night of a back-to-back. Prior to that, he had only gone over the 26 or even 25.5 number in one of his first 9 games in which he was playing on the second half of a back-to-back. And now he's coming off of 40 minutes last night because the game went into overtime. His last 3 games in which he's played 40 minutes, the next game he went under this number, with 2 of them being like 2 of his worst performances of the year. Like he scored 12 points against the Bucks the game after playing 40 plus minutes. And then after that was when he scored 13 points against the Mavs in the game in which the Bulls, they got blown out in the first quarter. So you only played 22 minutes in that one. So maybe you shouldn't put too much emphasis on that. But it's also not the best matchup either. Like DeMar, you want to target him in games in which teams give up a ton of mid-range shots. The Clippers are mostly average in terms of mid-range. Like they don't give up the most. They're also not the worst. They're just perfectly average. To me, it's just not the spot for DeMar. I think he's going to have a rough game. So yeah, I'll fade the most immediate recent results, and I'll take DeMar to go under.
DeRozan under. I would take that too. Not only for what you just said, but also he looked exhausted last night.
Yeah, exactly.
From 4 minutes to go in the fourth quarter on, he was pedal to the metal. Like he left it out there. That was the DeMar DeRozan's best fastball right there. So yeah, he's got to be gassed. Prop Beaver?
Yeah, for this one, I took Harden under points, but I'm probably only going to play it if Kawhi sits. I'm trying to get a higher number. It's at 18.5 right now. If he sits, maybe we get this at 19, 20.5. And I would love that because Harden has always struggled badly against the Chicago Bulls. In their last 9 matchups, he's averaging 13.9 points per game, shooting 29% and 31% from 3. He went under 17.5 points in all but one of those games. And while he struggled to shoot against them, he's managed to rack up the assists, though, with ease. He's recorded 10-plus assists in 7 straight matchups. They're turning him into a distributor. And if we look at some recent star guards against Chicago, I mean, we've seen Halliburton with 17. Matt had his under yesterday. Good call. Luka with 27. He went under. Harden with 14 under. Curry 15 under. Fox 20 under, Lillard 16 under. All these star guards are getting absolutely clamped by Chicago right now. And for the most part, those guys are also hitting their assists over as well. So those are 2 spots I'm looking at right now. It has just been absolute hell trying to score on the Bulls as a star guard. And if Kawhi's not on the court, then they're going to be able to put even more of their focus on him. The Bulls allow the 3rd fewest points per game and are 6th in defensive efficiency against pick-and-roll ball handlers. And after shooting 40% from 3 his last time out against them in that day game, I feel like that efficiency is due to drop a bit here. Meanwhile, they allow the 3rd most points per game to pick-and-roll mans. So that's music to our ears if you're trying to bet his assists tonight. I think they're going to clamp him. He's going to pass the Ivica Zubac. He's going to get some nice buckets. So those are my 2 routes here. Under points over assists.
Under points over assists. Okay.
I love that. I love that Harden angle. It's like it's Alex Caruso, and they're like the most aggressive help defense team.
Yeah.
I think some people in the comments were saying under, and yeah, I get that, and the market is definitely pushing the total down. I'm a little worried about the fact that the Clippers' defense hasn't been great, and we're taking it under at 213.5 with a bad defense involved with a bad defense and a tired defense. So I'm not saying I wouldn't take the under. I'm not trying to talk you off your arm taking the under. I'm just saying that's what would keep me off of it. So 50% say Clippers. So it looks like the community generally agrees with me. I honestly could see myself ending up by the time this game rolls around with a few dollars on the Clippers here. Just this whole night for the NBA. I mean, I don't know if it's the slate sucks. It's a combination of that, and we had a loaded college basketball show where I was up really late, and then up really early. So maybe I'm a little out of it, but I'm having trouble finding angles. I do like the Sixers, though.
I don't think it's just you, buddy.
It's not just me?
No, I have the same notes as you. I can't find anything.
Yeah, but I'm a sharp and you're not.
Shut the hell up.
That's the difference there. That's the difference.
No.
Prop Fever, let me ask you something. Did you know that the Portland Trailblazers are 9-2 against the spread on back-to-backs? The best in the NBA?
Wow, I did not. I did not, actually.
Best in the NBA. In fact, the best in the NBA by a game and a half. Next closest is 7-3. They are 9-2 against the spread on 0 days rest this year. They were playing with energy last night in that Hawks game. The defense is there. They're healthier. Talk me off taking Portland plus 10.5 here. I mean, how do we not take it? With all of a sudden the Knicks are back because they beat up on the shitty ass Sixers one game, and then we're like, oh, we're laying 15 on the road with the Knicks.
I agree. I agree with you. Yeah, I feel like everybody's blowing this way out of proportion. Everybody's acting like, oh, we have one good game defensively with OG Anunoby. The defense is back, and blah 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 blah. And OG Anunoby's last 15 games, like. We still need to see how it fully gets back to form. I mean, the Sixers have been one of the worst offenses in the league over the last 10 games. I know the Trailblazers suck too, but now we're on the road and we're laying 10 points. I mean, Jesus Christ.
It's not even
about all that.
It's not even the Knicks defense I'd be fading. The Knicks offense hasn't been good.
Yeah, who
for a while. If you're going to lay 10, 11 points on the road, you better have an efficient night shooting the ball.
Also, who attacks the rim on the Knicks?
Julius Randle.
Well, he's not playing. So
he's not? Oh, wow.
Yes.
I got to check the
So
injury
there's just nobody that attacks the weakness of the Blazers. Why wouldn't I take the 10.5 points? As you said, they're 9-2 against the spread at home.
I'm not living my life scared anymore. I'm betting it.
No.
I'm laughing, and just because the last segment, you're like, yeah, there's nobody really liked tonight except for the Sixers. And then who have the Knicks beating besides the shitty ass Sixers? It's back-to-back sentences.
Oh, it's that's the bet I like tonight. That's what I'm.
No, I like the spot for the Sixers.
Yeah, I get it. It's just funny hearing that back to back.
The shitty ass Sixers. The sentence before that, guys really like Philly tonight.
Yeah, my favorite play tonight.
All right, let's get my Blazers bet in. You can get it at 11 on Caesars, by the way. Oh, 11.5. Jumping on it.
No, that's nice.
Bet placed.
You know,
I'm in.
11.5 is a key number.
Is it?
No.
I was going to say, I've never heard that. How about Mr. Modi? What do you think about our Portland play, real quick?
If I had to pick a side, I would pick that. The only thing I'll say is the poll, you have the spreads mixed up. You have Blazers minus and Knicks plus.
Oh, in the poll? Oh.
In the poll.
Well,
yeah.
Let me run it again just in case people are like, Knicks plus 10.5. I'll take that.
I had a play. It was Isaiah Hartenstein rebounds, but the more I researched it, the more I realized I couldn't really speak to it. So if I had to give out like one play, I would lean that way, but I don't actually have any money on it myself.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was typing the poll. What'd you say?
It was Hartenstein rebounds, but like I said,
it's just a lean.
I initially had that as a play, and then I researched it more and realized I didn't really like the angles that I was coming up with, so I didn't end up playing it. So I'm not going to officially give that out. But if I had to lean, that's where I would go.
Night Owl, I just put a full unit on that, my normal size. So, yeah,
wow.
I like it. As we were talking about it, I mean, 10.5 points. The Knicks need, and look at the pie charts. Not that I would bet based on that.
Oh, well, I saw that.
Yeah, it seems like everyone's just completely down to back the Knicks out of nowhere. When what are the Knicks like 3-9 against the number in their last 12? Like OG's back. Let's lay 50 points on the road.
I will say, from a defensive perspective, they match up pretty well against Portland. Like they'll have,
but here's the thing:
top 5 in defensive EPM on 8, and then they'll have Anunoby on Simons. Who else is scoring on them?
Can you pump the brakes a little? Something else though. Portland is healthier than they were a few weeks ago. And if you remember, rewind back to December. I was cashing bets with Portland before they all got hurt.
Oh, I remember.
Yeah, so this Portland team, one of the worst teams in the NBA, but before they had all those injuries, and they're still not healthy, by the way, but before they had all those injuries, they weren't terrible. So yeah, let's do it. I'm actually pumped about the bet. I'm excited to be here.
I don't know if this is new, but was Simons always questionable? Because I just see that on the injury report now, which I don't think was always the case.
No, I do not.
No, he's not questionable. I'm looking at
the extra line.
Oh my God, he just popped up as questionable when I refreshed the page.
The same thing happened to me. I refreshed it because I wanted to see the injuries, and then I saw him.
Oh, Kyle.
As we were talking, what kind of luck is that?
That's pretty bad.
Yeah, you just locked in a full unit on it.
Whatever. I'm getting 11.5. Knicks can't score right now. Let's do it.
As we were talking, have a good night.
How
could you even prepare for that? As we were talking, I literally just refreshed that page before we went live too. So that wasn't there.
There's nothing you can do about that.
That is crazy, man. I don't care. I still like it. Probably wouldn't have bet that much on it, but I still like it. Dallas on the road, Oklahoma City, and I mentioned how the Mavs are. How the Blazers are the best team in the NBA on a back-to-back, 9-2 against the spread, and second place is 7-3 against the spread. That second place is the Dallas Mavericks, 7-3 against the spread on 0 days rest. So 2 games in a row where we got a team on a back-to-back that happen to be the 2 best teams in the NBA on back-to-backs. Now, at a number like 11 with Oklahoma City team that I still think is overvalued, on a team that's played really well on back-to-backs, how do we not take the 11? Well, I really like the spot for Oklahoma City. That's why I haven't bet this, because, this is an OKC team. What are they, 1-5 against the spread in their last 6? They lost that game to the Pacers at home, a game that they really expected to win. I have a feeling Oklahoma City comes out tonight looking for blood, looking to put the hurt on the Mavs. They were talking about it on Ski's show, so apparently Kyrie is fasting right now, and he might not be 100% because of the.
I remember that.
No, I think that's right now, if I'm not mistaken. So I can't officially get there. I'm gonna put Mavs up for me, but I won't actually do it because I really think it is a good spot for Oklahoma City, and I could see them wanting to win this game by 30. So Dallas or pass for me.
Yeah, for me, it's OKC or pass. As you said, like the spot for OKC with the revenge factor. Well, not the revenge factor, but the fact that they are coming off a really heinous stretch and they need to get their shit together. They got Jalen Williams back in the lineup. That's always good. And then in terms of Dallas, I wrote this in the write-up. Where is it? I hate the travel spot for Dallas. So they played at Chicago on March 11th. They traveled back home to play Golden State March 13th, and then they took a flight back out to OKC to play the Thunder March 14th, which is today. So they've taken 3 different flights in the past 4 days. I'm just really not loving all that travel here, there, back and forth. They just played a game last night. They didn't look great in it. I'm just going to lay the points with OKC here. OKC also, by the way, where's the matchup? Dallas, 1-7 against the spread, their last 8 against OKC. OKC has had their number.
Someone said, wouldn't the Thunder be a lock without Doncic? I mean, not really. I'm looking at the Mavs games without Doncic. They went on the road in Minnesota, played the T-Wolves tough without him. They're 3
I don't
and
think
5.
anything's a lock when you're laying 11 points.
Yeah, that's no way. And they're 3 and 5 on the season without him, but 2 of the losses would have covered this number. So without Doncic, they would have been 5 and 3 against the spread with this number.
Yeah, nothing in the NBA season or NBA regular season is a lock.
Yep. So did you actually have a graphic? SGA over 30 points, you said, Prop Beaver?
No, that's not what I said. I said
that's
OKC or pass.
OKC
That's
or
mine.
pass. All right, go ahead, Matt.
Yeah, nothing's a lock except for this player prop that I have. No, I'm just kidding. I really like this spot for SGA. He's missed it in 2 straight games. I feel like we're getting a little bit of value, getting it at 30.5 as opposed to 31.5. Prior to this 2-game stretch, he had gone over in 6 of his last 7 games. So it's not like he's been playing not like he's been playing poorly for a consistent amount of time or anything. He has missed this in both games against the Mavericks so far this year, but I think it's a really good spot for him based on how the Mavs play defense. They gave up a ton of pull-up mid-range shots specifically. Not a lot of pull-up 3-pointers, but pull-up from 2-point range, basically. The 5th highest rate in the NBA in terms of pull-up 2-pointers, in the shot profile that they allow. That's literally SGA. Like, he doesn't really pull up from 3. He can get to the rim a little bit, but he loves to just pull up from 2-point range. He averages the 5th most points per game in the NBA via pull-up. That's on the entire season. If you look at since the All-Star break, he's averaging the 3rd most points per game via pull-up. So I think we're getting a little bit of discount because he hasn't played well recently. He also has missed this in both games against the Mavs so far, but there's nothing about the matchup that scares me. And he cashed in all 3 games against them last year. So yeah, I think this SGA play, I've seen a decent amount of people on it, so maybe it's a little square, but this is one of the favorite plays that I gave out for my picks today.
SGA over 30.5 points. Probably were just casting SGA over the other night at the last second.
Oh, that was nuts. That was nuts.
He was standing up. We were in the office just staring at the TV, livid. He threw his hat, and then he went and made a layup at the end. It was exhilarating.
It was like the last play of the game. And time ran out as he laid it up. I remember I watched that game.
Yeah,
and then Sabonis didn't get an assist in the second half. It was that and then that back to back.
Yeah, the guy in the comments, Raul, he goes, guys, I really like the Rangers tonight, and a couple people are like, I'm tailing, let's do it. Guy has a New York Rangers logo as his profile picture.
Unrelated.
Unrelated. He likes the Rangers tonight, guys, and the 81 other games. So 48%, 37%. I'm just messing with you, bro. I wasn't talking shit or anything. 47%, 37%. Yeah, well, sometimes you never know how it comes off. I didn't mean it like that. 47%, 37%. Oklahoma City.
Kind of a dick move from Kyle.
Yeah. Just habitual line stepper. So we got 6 games. Do we want to do a community parlay? We might as well, right?
Yeah. I think you make the community parlay Sixers Suns money line. I love that too, parlay.
Sixers Suns money line.
Because that's an actual spot. Teams coming off of a long road trip or their first home game back, you fade them. That's like an actual system play.
Yeah.
A glance.
And it's +9. It's +929 on.
How about why don't we let the community decide? Should the community parlay be Sixers Suns money line tonight? You know what? Before I ask them that, let's get the odds.
+929.
+9 at +929. Yes or no? Let's see what the community thinks. If they like your idea or they think it's shit.
I'm voting yes to juice the numbers.
No takes an early lead.
Hell, I see a comment. Hell no. Maybe not.
No.
the community disagrees.
It's still neck and neck. It's, come on, yes. Someone said, come on. Like, you could still bet it either way.
Yeah, it's true.
All right, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It looks like no wins. So we'll do a community. We'll do it the old-fashioned way. So we got. See, these games are crazy. So So I guess we'll do Knicks minus 11.5 as an option. Thunder minus 11. Yeah. I mean, these are the options I have to put in here. Wizards Rockets. What, Rockets money line? These are crazy. Sixers won. So 76ers plus 7.5. This is what we're dealing with here.
Maybe it should have been a Sixers Suns cover as opposed to win parlay.
Someone said Modi, I'll put a little lunch money on it, though. Oh, it's Doug. What's up, Doug?
He said community just shat on Modi. That's a sing Doug.
Damn it, Arkansas. Fuck. Come on, Arkansas. You better cover this number, man.
That bet hits not on Earth. So is that bet hitting like Mars? Is that where we catch the money line parlay?
I'm gonna take first and second from this one because we only have 6 games. So Rockets money line and Sixers money line are gonna make it. So
I just sent you an underdog.
Cool.
No, Sixers plus 7.5, by the way, not money line.
Oh yeah. Rockets money line. 76ers plus 7.5. And then the other one will have all 4 in it. So we'll do Knicks minus 11.5. What Thunder minus 11 didn't make it. We got Clippers or Bulls. Clippers money line and Suns money line. They voted for the Suns. Oh, right. Didn't they vote for the Suns?
Yeah. Everybody liked the Suns. There was comments.
You know what? That's probably who's going to make it. I bet you the Suns money line and the Clippers money line are the last 2 legs of this.
I'm pretty sure they voted for the Celtics.
Did they really?
Really?
I'm pretty sure. Let me find out.
I feel like the comments, I kept seeing sun emojis.
Yeah, I couldn't.
I'll tell you what, the Suns voters made themselves more pronounced.
Yeah, they definitely represented
really
themselves stronger.
Mm-hmm.
Someone said best bet Knicks over 107 point from Trinidad and Tobago. It was the Celtics. I have no
argument against it.
Yeah, Celtics won.
So we'll do Clippers money line definitely in, and then I'm going to run another poll right now. Celtics money line, Suns money line, and then this will be the last leg. That's fair. That way, those who voted the Celtics earlier have a chance to redeem themselves and get the spot back that I unfairly stole from them. Celtics or Suns? Who's the last leg here?
What's fair is fair.
It looks like a runaway Celtic vote. Oh, yeah. Okay, so it's Celtics by a landslide. So we weren't even close to right. Yeah, I know the Kyrie thing and the fasting. I don't think there was much. I just figured I would mention it but I didn't think there was much to that. I'm not betting the game.
I'm big on fasting splits, holiday splits.
Holiday splits. Imagine that was a thing.
So we adding Celtics? The odds on that are plus 410 at FanDuel.
Plus 410. So the community parlay is Rockets money line, 76ers plus 7.5. Clippers money line, Celtics money line at plus 410. Let's get Prop Beaver's underdog up here. You emailed it to me?
Yeah, you might as well call it friggin' Jedi Modi's underdog because I stole a few of his picks there.
Oh, okay. So here comes a collab.
Yeah,
it's a
collab piece. Only if it hits. Give me credit. Only if it hits.
Exactly. So I put my Harden assist up there. I like that play. Then I put SGA. I went with the first quarter points because I saw on Twitter today it has a ridiculous hit rate or something like that, and he likes the regular points anyways. So I did that just in case of a blowout. And then I went with the Tyrese Maxey over 3.0 3-pointers made. He has a good hit rate with 3, so even if he pushes, that's fine. If we hit the other 2 legs, we still make a little bit of money.
All right, and if you don't have an Underdog Fantasy account, it's available in any state highlighted in this map. So if you're in one of the states highlighted in yellow, head over to Underdog Fantasy, the website, or you could download the app. When you make your account, make sure you use the promo code BET, B-E-T. That'll get you a $100 deposit bonus match. So if you deposit $100, they will give you a free $100 to play with. Thanks, everyone, for watching. I know it's mostly a college basketball today, and there's a lot of night games. Most of my action is tonight. I'm not off to the best start today, but most of my action is tonight. So, yeah, hopefully we have a good one. If you're subscribed to the website, I might add another bet or two. I don't think I'm going to, though. I feel like I'm forcing it, so I might just ride with the Sixers. Everyone, remember to bet responsibly tonight. I'll be in the Discord. If you need me, let's have a good one.
See ya.
Doses.